You're listening to Susan Karaoke on Love Letters.
So many times we come across many challenges in life and hurdles that we must jump over. And this is Love Letters with Karisan Media. I am Jerry Karaoke. So I will be saying some of the things that we say to ourselves and also saying what God says to us according to the Bible. And here we go. So you say to yourself, it's impossible. And God says, all things are possible. Luke chapter 18, verse 27. Then you say to yourself, I'm too tired. And God says, I will give you rest. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. And then you say, nobody loves me. And God says, I love you. John 3:16. You say, I can't go on. And God says, my grace is sufficient. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. You say to yourself, I can't figure things out. And God says, I will direct your steps. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. And then you say, I can't do it. And God says, you can do all things. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. You say, I'm not able. And God says, I am able. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8. You say, it's not worth it. And God says, it will be worth it. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And then you say, I can't forgive myself. And God says, I forgive you. 1 John chapter 1, verse 9. And then you say, I can't manage. And God says, I will supply all your needs. Philippians chapter 4, verse 19. And then you say, I am afraid. And God says, I have not given you a spirit of fear. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. You say, I'm always worried and frustrated. And God says, cast all your care on me. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 9. You say, I'm not smart enough. And God says, I give you wisdom. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 30. And then you say, I feel all alone. And God says, I will never leave you or forsake you. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5. And with that said, have a blessed rest of your week. God bless you. And thanks for tuning in to Love Letters here at Karisan Media Radio.